Oh my goodness, what is that annoying sound? It's my smoke alarm. Did you know that you should have one in your home and you should check it at least once a month? Good morning. My name is Miss Burst. I'm William T. Brown Elementary School's parent facilitator. And did you know for 2020, October 4th through the 10th is Fire Prevention Awareness Week. So today, let us begin with a Fire Safety Day story so we can know what we can do in case there's a fire. Let us begin. It was Thursday morning and Randy couldn't wait for school to begin. On Thursday, Randy's class had gym. Today they were tumbling, his favorite activity. As Randy walked to school, he thought about practicing his somersaults and cartwheels. He had even done a few cartwheels for his parents before breakfast that day. But when Randy got to the gym that morning, he was surprised to see the gray Big Mac stacked against the wall. Mrs. Nelson was standing at one end of the gym with two firefighters. They were dressed in their uniforms, holding different kinds of gear. Good morning, class. Miss Nelson said, today we're going to have a special treat. Chief Jennings and Officer Jones, and also Chief Burst, have come to talk to us about fire safety. Randy's jaw fell. All week he had been looking forward to tumbling. Now he wouldn't get a chance to do it until next Thursday. What's the matter, Randy? Ingrid asked when he saw how upset he looked. Why do we have to learn about fire safety? He said. That's not fun. It may not be fun, she answered, but fire safety is important. There are many things we need to know in case you're ever in a fire. Maybe, said Randy, but I'd rather do tumbling. I can learn about fire safety some other time. Class, Miss Nelson, I'd like to introduce Chief Jennings and Chief Burst. Please listen carefully. He has some important things to talk to you about. That was from the previous page. Good morning, said Chief Jennings. Today we're going to teach you how to protect yourself from fire. Chief Jennings told the class about different ways fires start. First, he told them not to play with matches and lighters. He explained that matches should always be given to grown-ups and lighters. Chief Jennings explained that electrical heaters should be moved away from drapes and beds. He also explained how broken electrical cords and outlets can cause fires too. When you go home, look around your house. You can help your whole family be safe from fires, Chief Jennings said with a smile. When Chief Jennings finished, Randy was hoping that he might still have some time to tumble. But when Officer Jones started talking, he knew there was no chance. Officer Jones held up a smoke alarm. Remember this? One should be placed in every ceiling of each story of a house, she explained. Now, let's learn what to do if your clothes catch on fire, said Officer Jones. First, we're going to need some mats. Who wants to help me pull them out onto the floor? Miss Nelson looked at Randy. I think you'll like this, Randy, she said. Officer Jones and Randy placed a few mats end to end on the floor. Does anyone know what you should do if your clothes catch on fire? Do you know what you should do if your clothes catch on fire? Officer Jones asked. No one answered. First, stop moving. Do not run. Next, you drop to the ground. Then you roll back and forth to put the fire out. Roll, 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 roll. Officer Jones showed the class how to drop to the floor and roll back and forth. Randy, would you like to give it a try, he asked. Officer Jones. Sure, said Randy. It was fun. Almost as much fun as tumbling. Good job, Randy, Officer Jones told him. Then Officer Jones invited the other children to practice rolling back and forth on the mats, just like Randy. Roll, 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 roll. At the end of the talk, Chief Jennings told them about escape routes. Every building should have a fire escape plan, he said. Then he held up a map of the school with a red line showing the directions everyone should take to leave the building. The chief looked at Randy. Randy, you did such a good job rolling that you can lead us out of the school. The children lined up behind Randy. When everyone was ready and quiet, Randy began to lead the class out of the building. First they walked out of the gym and past their classroom, then they quietly passed the library, the cafeteria, and the principal's office. Finally, Randy led the class outside to their meeting area. That was excellent, said Chief Jennings and Officer Jones. Now you're ready in case there's a real fire drill. When they were outside, Ingrid said to Randy, I guess we learned some important things about fire safety today. Randy nodded. Yes, he admitted, but I learned something else as well. What's that? Ingrid asked. That learning about fire safety can be fun too, he said. Let us recap. If you come across matches and lighters, please turn them into an adult. Have a smoke detector in your home, at least one, and check it once a month. Stop, drop, and roll if your clothes catch on fire. And remember, when your school is hosting a fire safety drill, it is important that you be quiet, no playing, line up, and follow the instructions of your educator so they can get you out of the building in a timely manner and safe. Also, remember to post numbers, emergency numbers, by the phone. 911 is very important in case you have an emergency. Know 2 ways out of every room. Also, don't forget to make a home fire escape plan for your family. Hot things can hurt you. Stay away from hot things. Crawl low under the smoke. When that smoke alarm sounds, get out and stay out. Remember, smoke alarms help save lives. This ends my presentation for Fire Safety and Prevention Week. Do have a great day and be safe. Bye-bye.